What is up, everybody? Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is AJ, and I am playing some UFC 2 here. I've created my own event to replicate UFC 201 coming up. Lawler versus Woodley. I got the stadium wrong. It's not going to be at the MGM Grand, but that doesn't matter. I've also added a couple of fantasy cards here on this event. I've got Royce Gracie versus Anderson Silva, because who wouldn't want to see that? I mean, it'd be absolutely amazing. And then, of course, the Iceman Chuck Liddell versus Quinton Rampage Jackson. Quinton Jackson, one of my all-time favorite UFC fighters. So I thought I would throw a couple of fantasy matchups in here. And I'm going to take Quinton Jackson because, like I said, Rampage, one of my all-time favorites. Chuck Liddell, obviously fantastic as well, and I enjoyed watching him fight a lot. Had those big brick hands that he would just knock people out with, but I'm going to go ahead and use Rampage in this one.
The owner of arguably the most vicious clan in mixed martial arts history, the man known as Rampage.
This guy has one-punch knockout power, and when a fighter has that kind of ability, it's always a big advantage.
In comes the Iceman, Chuck Liddell.
He is the Hall of Famer, Chuck the Iceman Liddell.
Chuck Liddell will go down in history of one of the greatest fighters in the history of the UFC.
Tail of the tape for this light heavyweight fight. Jackson is 36. Liddell is 38. He is 1 inch taller. He will have a 1 inch reach advantage.
Chuck Liddell's got a little bit of reach on me. As we get ready for the first round, I'm going to dap up gloves here. You know what? Good sportsmanship all around as we start to exchange blows. I am not the best at this game, so don't judge me too much. And I also hadn't played in a little while when I started recording, so don't judge me too much based on my fighting style. But I did want to try and create UFC 201 and give some predictions because, you know, I want to hear what you guys think. Who's going to win UFC 201 as I go full mount here in the first round, trying to rock Liddell with some elbows and some strong fists. I hit him, but he does pull me back in. He does a good job of defending himself as I'm in full mount here with Rampage Jackson, and I am completely gassed. Jackson completely gassed here in the first round. 3:42 remaining here in the first round, skipping ahead to 2:40, about a minute into it. Rampage Jackson getting up, exchanging some blows with Liddell. Liddell, the jump kick there. And Jackson looks absolutely gassed, skipping ahead, 2 minutes remaining here in this first round. Liddell a little bloody, his head taking some damage, and then Jackson gets rocked. As you can see, he is rocked. He might be in trouble, but he gets out of it. Skipping ahead again, Rampage Jackson going for another takedown, and he goes full mount. Can Chuck Liddell get out of this one? He does. He gives up his back and eventually gets out of it, but then Chuck Liddell looking for the arm bar, can't bring it in, and Rampage Jackson then decides to try and go for the Kimura, but he runs out of time here in the first round, and that is how the first round goes. Rampage Jackson, Chuck Liddell kind of exchanging blows, both of them going for submissions, neither one of them locking it in. So we go here into round number 2 of this opening fight of UFC 201. This is one of my fantasy matchups in this card, this custom event that I created. Skipping ahead, Jackson taking a big punch there from Liddell, and then now Jackson with another one-leg takedown. Jackson trying to go full mount, trying to get to side control. He gets side control, then looking for a Kimura here. Can he lock it in? 3 minutes remaining. Can Chuck Liddell get out of it? And he does, as Rampage Jackson unable to lock it in. Skipping ahead here as Chuck Liddell reverses this one.
Man, you can see the effect of those punches that have landed.
Because then Rampage is able to get back to full guard and get back on their feet, so they will try and bang this one out here in the second round. Here, a minute left here in the second round as we skip ahead. Rampage with a big kick there to Liddell's head. And Rampage raining some blows here now. Liddell, though, fighting back with a nice combo. And Rampage Jackson almost going down. And Chuck Liddell rocking him with a couple of nice knees to the face. And Rampage Jackson just trying to get out of this second round. 17 seconds remaining. Both guys trying to exchange blows. What can Liddell do as he catches that foot? 4 seconds.
Gonna head to round 3. Chuck Liddell is bleeding from that eyebrow again. I wouldn't be surprised to see the doctor come in and check on the cut.
I think he actually won that round against Rampage Jackson. Going here into the final round of our first fight here in UFC. My custom event, got a couple of fantasy matchups here. Chuck Liddell versus Rampage Jackson. 2 of my all-time favorite fighters in this fantasy matchup I've got in the undercard. Liddell fighting back with a nice combo and a big knockdown. Chuck Liddell has Rampage Jackson, and I am wailing on that right stick trying to get out of it, and eventually Rampage does survive that, but he gets absolutely rocked by Chuck Liddell, one of those heavy punches I was telling you about, and another big punch, uppercut, and Jackson is rocked. Trying to go for the takedown, he can't do it. Chuck Liddell keeps swinging, but Rampage Jackson finally gets the single leg takedown, trying to go to full mount.
He's posturing up here.
So full guard now. Rampage getting up, and then he tries to go for the punch. Tries to go for the big heavy hand, and he actually missed him there. Actually missed him there with the punch. So 45 seconds remaining here in this final round. Rampage getting back up. He wants to finish this on his feet. As you can see, Rampage Jackson absolutely gassed. I was throwing way too many punches with him. Let's see how he can do. Going for another takedown, just trying to score points at this point. And getting to full mount.
That was a nasty elbow. They go the distance.
And Chuck Liddell survives the full mount. I cannot believe that he survived that. Taking a look at these replays from that first round, Chuck Liddell, nice little combo there as he injures Rampage Jackson. Here in the second round, look at this knee to the face as he rocks him a couple of times with a nice knee to the face in the clinch. And then here in the third round, Rampage Jackson with a chance to win the fight. Does not finish it as he runs out of time, and Chuck Liddell is saved by the bell. So let's throw it to Bruce Buffer to see who wins this one.
To score the contest, 29-28. For the winner by unanimous decision, Chuck the Iceman Liddell!
Chuck the Iceman Liddell wins here tonight.
And there you have it, Chuck Liddell winning the first fight of my fantasy UFC 201 event as he comes away with the victory over Rampage Jackson. Stay tuned. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see the rest of this card as we make our way to Lawler versus Woodley in UFC 201.